Hello. Right, so the title of this stream is I fixed it, and I think I fixed it. Is probably a better a better way of putting it, because there's a lot. Well, in order to kind of sort this out, what I'm attempting to do is make it so that I don't have to go through a lot of setup every single time I move from a coaching workshop type situation to my performance situation, or this kind of thing where I'm kind of demonstrating and documenting what I'm doing in my progress as Zentor, and that's somewhat challenging because of cameras. And the moment I've managed to set up a GoPro, which I usually use as my main camera, to be pointing at the equipment, and so that it's showing on my green screen behind here. So that's just the camera stuff. Because ideally, what I want to be able to do, and this is just something in general, it's like the less friction that you put between you and doing the thing, the more likely you are able to do it. And when I say friction, I'm not really talking about difficulty exactly. When I say friction, I mean things that are boring. Because actually difficulty, a problem to be solved is interesting, is exciting, and actually engages you. Whereas friction is like that, oh God, I've got to do this again. So one of the things that I'm still in the process of doing is sorting that out. And I thought, rather than be really late with this live stream, I would actually just start the live stream and just be sorting it out, because this is part of the process. Because what I'm doing on this channel with Zentor is wanting to document this project I'm doing of releasing a track a week, and how I'm doing that, given that I'm essentially recording live electronic music. I don't know why I'm doing the scare quotes. When I say live, I guess it's not live in person, it's live streamed, and then creating recordings out of that. So I think I've got the audio sorted this time, but I'm not 100% sure. So we're gonna test it out now. Because I've just come from, well, in case there's anyone here who wasn't on the previous thing I was just been doing, I've just come from a workshop with my mastery group. So I'm a little bit all over the place, so you'll have to forgive me. Right, so. And over time, my plan is to get this more and more sorted, of course. This isn't helped by the fact that all of a sudden my Stream Deck, which is the thing that I usually use to change cameras and stuff, has decided not to recognize my streaming software, which is Ecamm Live. Anyway, let's not worry about that for now. As you can see, I've got a bit of an issue with the background, all that kind of thing. All right. So I think what's that? Oh, look, who's that? Oh, I'll get rid of you. There we go. Okay. So who's on right now? Ah, Andrew. Hello, Andrew. And Philip. Good to see you. Right. So let's see if I've actually got this working. I spent a couple of hours yesterday figuring that out. Also, the fade's a bit weird. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down the level just in case, because I don't want to deafen anyone. Just, okay, so this is the piano. Often what happens for some reason is I have to shut down the program running this computer and restart it again. Is anyone in IT here? Because I often wonder, is that all you ever do in like IT support? It's literally just tell people to turn things off and on. I sometimes wonder because I'm not sure I've actually ever been asked to do anything else. And it almost always works. Anyway, although this time, right. Right. Now we've got 0 MIDI. Right. So as I said, this is the first going to be me figuring out why the hell this isn't working. Oh, there we go. That's right. Okay. I was expecting that to fix it. Right. Okay. We've got something happening. Great. Right. So I've got a signal coming out of there. Hello, Mr. Hugh. Hello, Nathan. Right, so I've got something coming now out of there, and it's coming into there. So let me just check this out. Hopefully this doesn't break anything. And that's not good. All right. Fingers crossed this doesn't crash anything. I'm going to have to turn on. So I have sorted out a few things yesterday, but no, I wasn't 100% ready because I was focused on getting that sorted. Hang on. Ah! Wonderful. So now I need to turn it up. Turn it down so you won't get deafened. There we go. There's a bit of distortion going on there, isn't there? Okay. Yeah, it's not. It's not the. Thank you, Philip. It's not the pedals. It's an input problem. Going into that, I did know that that was happening before I finished yesterday, but I had to go and make dinner for my kids. so I know I've still got to sort that out. But basically, you know, how these live streams are going to be different from the ones I was doing up until now is it's going to be me actually setting things up and playing the music. So I'm going to be talking through what I'm doing as I'm doing it and playing the music. And that includes the live stream itself. So it's like it's a little bit like the Osbournes or something like that, except not scripted. So let's have a look at that distortion first of all before I record anything. So where's that coming from? So let's go through the whole chain. You can't see this, unfortunately. But basically, I'm looking at my computer and seeing what the level is going out through here. It's too loud here. Okay, so it's too loud there. Too loud there. So now we're going. Oh, the other thing is, by the way, I don't know where you can see. Let me just see if I can turn on the right camera. So one way of sorting out your guitar pedals is to get one of these. Can you see that? Oh, I'll move out of the way. One of these. This is a radial reamper, and this one's only mono. But basically, you send, because like these three pedals. So this is the two flashbacks and a Alexander Pedals syntax error. You can't see that. Can you? Yeah, you can. So I've got my defoam stuff in the way. Hang on. Over time, I will get this sorted so it's all like smooth like butter. But yeah, so I've got these two flashbacks here and the syntax error. Neither of these. I mean, I don't understand the engineering part of it really, but basically the level is the thing about instrument level and line level. So what you do is you send the signal to this thing, and then there are these. You can send it out to a loop, and then it comes back as a line level. So it's the difference between instrument and line level. It makes everything quieter, and the signal all nice and well, it doesn't clean up the signal, but it just means that the signal is more clean. Having said that, though, and that was that particular sound you heard there was coming through this. So I'm pretty sure it's not actually the pedals, because that's sorted. I think it's something going into the live stream recording. So let me just figure out what that is. Okay, so doesn't seem to be anything in my UAD console, so I'm now going to look here, because it's probably, so let me just see if I can show it to you. All right, and let's make this look a bit more pretty. Wiki Performer setup. There we go. But what I'll do is I'll make it primary display. Okay, there you go. Now you can see everything. So I reckon there's something going on here where it's distorting. So let's find out. And my aim, basically, with this stream is actually to get a recording, my first recording for this 1 track a week project. So I don't think it's there, although that is a bit hot. Let's see what happens if I turn this down. I have to turn up the volume to see whether there's still distortion happening. What I'll probably do with doing is changing this to Alt so that you get less. Yeah. Alright, so it's not... So that it must be coming before that, am I right? I think so. There we go. Right. Step one. Right, so we've got the... Wonderful. So now let's have a listen to some... Because basically, at this point, for this week, or where I'm starting, is I'm only going to use 3 instruments. Well, it's kind of more than 3, but basically this piano, but I can also, and now we're going to find out if this works, send it to this flashback, so it can go a little bit like this. And then I can go back to... So it's kind of 2 instruments, although it's the same one. And obviously, I can filter down that flashback like this, which gives me various different things I can do. I can also filter it up. I can just have it as a little hint there, like that. So this is part of it, is actually really listening and getting the level right, because this is really too loud right now for that. So I'm trying to get better at live mixing. So doing all of these things at the same time. So. One thing I'm thinking, just listening to this right now, just to get these 2 things right, is making that a little bit more pokey, this one. And one of the things I need to think about is I don't want to So I've got to think about CPU power because a lot of the processing is happening in the main computer over here. The sound is actually coming from this one. So I think what I might do is put an EQ on. So this is about pre-production, really. So what I might do, just to sort, because I can already hear that that's a problem. The repetitive is very bright, so it's like really in your face, where it really wants to be back. I mean, I could do it with filter, but it's suggesting to me that this one, the solo, is very dull, which is pushing it right back. Which I might want to do. I might want that to be an effect at some point, but like in general, this probably wants to be the brightest one. You would have thought, anyway. So I'm just going to add. Can you hear me when I speak? I think you can, actually. Thinking about. So. Just for this. So while I'm setting up, while I'm just doing this little EQ thing, this pre-production EQ thing, I'm using the brightest version of this flashback repetitive piano to compare to, just because it's likely to be that sometimes, and sort of setting up so that it cuts through even in that situation. Okay. Maybe a different piano sound. Can't hear me when I move away from the mic. Sorry about that. I will try my best to speak into the mic. Unfortunately, my head-worn mic isn't working at the moment, so that's better just by changing the sound, but I'm not sure I want that sound. It sounds a bit, I don't know. I want it to be a bit less present somehow. This is a problem. So let's see about this. Right, I'm just going to stop the. I'm going to stop the feedback going. So I've got a question for Philip. Are you recording everything from the start, or is this the preparation, splurge, and discovery stage that you won't record and then do a recording of the draft? No. So basically, what I'm doing right now is I'm just setting things up to do a recording of some kind. So I'm not actually recording what I'm doing here, just setting things up so that at least it's just a little bit of pre-production because I haven't done it for a bit. So I'm just setting things up for the experiment. At that point, I will do a performance, which kind of functions a little bit like a splurge, discovery, and draft all in one, in that I am actually attempting to make a piece of music that works straight away. But as a result of that, and them doing a review, wins, problems, opportunities, and I think we should get to that today. I've got a meeting in half an hour. Yeah, wins, problems, opportunities, a little tweak, and then I will do it again. Yeah, play the same piece of deck, do another take of the piece. So yeah, at this point, I'm just sorting out things before I even start that process. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with that and just add a bit of brightness to that sound. So I've got a slightly brighter sound. Where are they? Q. So let's just test that again. Right, that'll do. So I think I've got that bit sorted. So now let's just check out. So the other instruments I'm going to be using are the DFAM and just a kick, hat and clap on the, what is it? What's it called? Electron model cycles. By the way, one of the reasons that you can't hear me very well when I move away is I've got to get, this is another thing I've got to source out in future streams, but essentially I've got a bit of a gate on the mic so that because I really want to be able to play through speakers. So I've got to get the level right so that the gate hits at the right level, and I've got to get better at actually speaking into the mic when I'm talking to you. So yeah, it's all a bit of a, there's about 5,000 million things to do. But the purpose of these things is just to show you the iterative process of basically figuring all this out. So this is just a constant in progress situation that we've got going here. Right, so let's try first of all, let's start with the model cycles. Okay. That sounds all right. Now I've got, with the electron model cycles, I'm using the two, because there's basically a stereo output, and I'm actually panning things. So I've got the kick and the snare coming out of one, and the hat coming out of another. What is I should do? Something we're actually doing. Yes, I do. Right. Blimey. Bit too swung for my liking. Oh, I see. problems in the right. Got a bit of a okay level there. Now let's think about the terrifying defam. All right, so I think that's sounding all right. On the DFAM, I've actually got I'm testing a plugin. I will bring it on. I will bring it onto the screen. See, one of the UJAM ones, because in order to do what I want to be able to do, I just need to simplify in various different ways. And these UJAM plugins are actually a lot of fun. So I've got this mapped. Can you see that? You can. I'll just move this over here. Move this around a bit. I'm not actually sure. Not actually sure that I want this particular thingy. But let's just see what happens. actually, maybe I do want it. I'm going to keep it on this particular setting. So basically, if I just play you it without the defam, let's turn everything else off. Hang on. Let's turn it without the UJam effect. Hang on, I think I'll go back to this. Yeah, right. So this is the defam on its own, which is nice. But the great thing about this dynamo thing is it does stuff to it, and you basically, these knobs are mapped to various internal things that it does. It's kind of a bit random, but it basically creates movement and interest without you having to do very much, which is what we want in this particular situation where you've only got two hands. Yeah, and so tone obviously. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute the defam original signal. So tone obviously makes it go lower and higher. Yeah. In this particular setting, this adds more reverse. This one, you see that moving there, the third knob. And this one, so I won't do this. Yeah, this one rearranges it, whatever that means. I don't really know, but anyway, it does something different. And this first knob it changes the type of pattern it is. So this is a triplet one. I'm not sure what that one is. It's a forward one. I don't know. Anyway, it does different things. You just got to listen, really. That's what I like about it. You don't know what it's doing, which means that you don't use your eyes, you use your ears. And then this one, it just turns it up or down and does other things as well. So that basically makes it go a bit more mental. Yeah. So as you can see, it just creates a bit more interest and movement without me having to do an enormous amount. So that's on the defam. Right, so we got that. Now the only final thing before I start an actual recording, looks like I'm only going to get to do a recording today, one recording before I have to go and do my meeting, is the wonderful Megaverb, which I've already done a live stream about. This thing. On the piano that I was just playing. And I can't remember where I've got it mapped to. Yeah, you can hear it there. I have to sort out where everything is in my setup because it's all over the place at the moment. Anyway. Yeah, there she is. I can't remember the mappings that I've got, so you'll have to bear with me. Okay, that's that. Oh, nice, did I put that? Oh, there we are. Okay. Where are you? There you are. Probably a bit loud, but I can turn that up and down in the moment. All right. Now, I'm going to start a recording, and I can't remember where most things are on my little. Let's see if I can show you. There, right, underneath this here. That's my mixing desk, but the trouble is I've remapped everything. I can't remember where everything is. So, fingers crossed. But you know, we're doing this. This is the whole point of doing this like this. Is just to kind of iteratively improve and you know, sort things out that way. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press record on here. And do a quick 5-minute performance splurge, whatever you want to call it. I will also mute my mic here. So I'll see you on the other side. Okay, folks. So I have a meeting in 15 seconds time. So I'm not going to be able to go through the review process, like actually show you it today, because I spent so much time kind of sorting things out beforehand. But basically, I just did a take of something, and I mean, it was kind of, I just did whatever came. And obviously in the setup, I found a little motif, which is, and I used that, just 3 notes. And I used that and then just basically improvised a piece and tried to make it work. There were a few things that I couldn't work out where things were. I couldn't find where the flashback was. So there's a number of different things that I found that were problems. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually write those down. I'm going to and then come up with various different options for solving them in future. And this is what I will do. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to do another take of this one or just start an entirely new idea for the next time. But either way, I will always be doing these wins, problems, and opportunities in order to create these recordings, which I'm then going to choose a take out of and do a mix of. Anyway, that's me for today. I will see you back here tomorrow after the Make Music Your Life feedback party over on the Make Music Your Life channel. I think it's at the same time as this one here with a very similar situation. I will be making another recording, doing tweaks, and tomorrow I will be showing you an actual review and the kind of things I'm writing down and what I'm doing as a result of it. Famous last words. Anyway, I will see you next time. Onwards and upwards.